Hey, what's up everyone? Andy here from Krusty Plug, and thank you for joining for another video. In today's video I would like to share with you all my very latest video game pickups I have done either from charity shops or through some trades on Gumtree / Facebook Marketplace. In all fairness, some of the games I'm going to show you here today I actually had already picked up prior making my last two-part video where I was driving around visiting charity shops and a few people to pick up some trades. If you haven't seen that video already, or two-part video basically, so it's two separate videos, if you haven't seen them already, please have a look at my channel and check them out. Give me a like if you feel so, or even drop me a comment and let me know what you think. That certainly will be very much appreciated. But in today's video, just kind of a bit normal one again, just in my office today, and I want to just go through the very latest goodies I have here and get that all out of the way, polish them up basically, sort them out, put what I don't have in my collection, and set aside the rest for potential future trades. So first of all, a couple nights ago I picked up another Xbox 360. It was a 360S model. Lady had advertised it on Facebook Marketplace with no price, but she was open to offers. I threw a £30 offer at her and she straight away accepted it. Basically it was an Xbox, 3 controllers, 2 black, 1 white, and I think it was 10 games. I didn't know really, and she hadn't really disclosed the condition of the games, and that is always the problem I'm finding with trades locally when people advertising, whether it's Gumtree or Facebook. Sometimes you just cannot tell what is the condition and what you're actually going to get for your money. But either way, without knowing too much, I threw an offer of £30 at her. She accepted. A little bit later on that night I went out, and luckily she wasn't too far from me. So when I arrived, straight away I realised that the overall condition of the console wasn't too great. It's not bashed or anything, but it's a little bit, the controllers are a little bit worn, and the console itself felt a little bit kind of grubby in a way. And the games are actually in fairly poor condition, cases broken, manuals missing, and also discs scratched. In having said that, I decided to test the console and see if it works, so which we did. It was working fine, so technical capabilities of the console were fine. At least the controller one of the 3 controllers I was using to test the console seemed fine as well. So based on all that, I basically turned around and says, listen, I cannot give you £30 for this because it's not in the best condition, and I could give you 25 instead. She was actually selling that console on behalf of her son, who was also there. So initially they weren't too pleased that I offered lower price, but I said, listen, I'm not going to pay you £30 and you basically take it or leave it. But I was kind of genuine about it, and had no hard feelings, and I said to them straight away, listen, I says, I'm not going to mess you about, no hard feelings. If you don't want to sell it to me for £25, so be it, keep it, somebody else might give you more. Anyway, they basically took my £25 and I walked away with this console. But in hindsight, I'm not entirely sure whether I really should have bought it or not, but hey ho, I got it. So there you go, guys. So got 2 controllers in black with it. One is completely black, the other one's got that kind of like grey pads, and also sticks, and also the kind of the front. Now this all black one is kind of okayish, and I think this is the one I tested. It's not too badly worn, so it just needs to go clean, and I think it's going to be okay. This other black one, the thumbsticks are quite a bit of, you can see quite a bit of wear and tear on them. I think that all the buttons actually feel okay, so it's probably fine. All the buttons, I think, on this one here as well kind of feel okay. Then the white one is a little bit worn as well. The thumbsticks are a little bit worn, but still fine. However, I think I noticed Yeah, the LB button kind of feels a bit weird, so might be a problem with that one. Haven't tested it, so don't know yet. Then the console itself, here we go. Got the 360. You can, don't know if you can see, but if you look at the vents, you can see it's full of dust, so it doesn't feel kind of abused and bashed, but it just feels a little bit grubby. So probably once I clean it up, you know, it will look much nicer. And then the games that they included with that sale were Mortal Kombat, Left 4 Dead 2, which is actually in poor condition, Skate 3, Sega Mega Drive Ultimate Collection, Need for Speed Shift. This is really poor condition, I think, as well. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the disc actually didn't work, but I've been proven wrong before. So here we go, Need for Speed Shift. Call of Duty Black Ops, for whatever weird reason, there's actually 2 discs inside, so there's 2 copies of the same game inside. I'm not sure what the score there, but they pointed that out to me as well. Actually noticing the inner ring is slightly cracked, but the disc itself is fine. Anyway, don't know, but we'll see. Then Grand Theft Auto 5, FIFA 16, and then for whatever reason they had 2 copies of FIFA 15, yes. So one is bundle copy, one is the normal retail copy, but here we go. So now my game plan with this trade was that I would, I couldn't remember which games I had already or didn't from that pile there. So it's ultimately 9 games, so the 2 were duplicate copies. But the idea was, so I'm going to get that bundle, keep the games I need, and ultimately everything, including everything rest, including the Xbox itself, I would trade for a little bit of profit. In the condition it is, I think once I clean everything up, I probably will be okay and we'll get a few quid for it. But ultimately, worst case scenario, I'm definitely going to get my £25 back for it. So it's, you know, I'm not too worried that, you know, it might go sour on me. So all will be good at the end, I believe. So anyway, then last Sunday I went down with my youngest daughter to town to have some food, and we arrived about 10 to 4 and we parked on the same street where one of the charity shops is based. The shop, actually, one of the shops that I visit quite frequently. And we had like 10 minutes left because it closes 4, so we were there to like 10 to 4, and I said let's go inside and have a look if they got any new games. And surprise surprise, they actually had basically a lot of games put out. I don't know whether it was that day or maybe the day before, but yeah, they had a shelf full of mainly PS2 games. And half of them were of no interest to me. They were like either scratched too much for my liking, or they were missing manuals, or they were like simply cheap sports games that I didn't need. But about half of them from all the games I was happy to take. So I piled them up quickly, and I ended up with 31 PS2 games and 1 PC game. And they were all priced at 99 pence, so kind of more or less the standard price. Sometimes they price stuff at $1.99 or very rarely a bit more, like $2.99 or something like that. But normally it's either 99 pence or $1.99. So either way, on this occasion it was all 99 pence. So I quickly piled everything up and just grabbed them and went. And when I got home, I looked through a few things and I realised there was actually a few games that hold quite a bit of value, and I'm really pleased with this trade, because ultimately there will be a few games that I will be putting into my collection. So let's start with the PC game I picked up, which is The Sims Complete Collection. This actually I think goes for about £10 retail. I got the original Sims already, actually behind me there. And I got quite a few expansions as well for The Sims. Haven't really played much Sims, but maybe need to sit down one day and try them properly. Yeah, they had this one, so I grabbed it. Now, all the PS2 games I got here, I can't remember, I think there was a few missing manuals as well, here or there, but I was still happy to take them anyway. So, I got Tomb Raider, the Angel of Darkness, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. What was the story with this? No, it was there. I think there was maybe some mix-up with games, but probably not. This is missing manual, but I took it anyway because I wanted to have it in my collection, even if it doesn't have the manual. So it's Crash Nitro Kart. Then we've got Avatar: The Legend of Aang, I think it's pronounced. Right, then we got The Simpsons Game. Star Wars Battlefront. Story here? No, it's complete. Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines. Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Definitely don't have that in my collection. Time Splitters 2. Twisted Metal Black Online. I had it before, but I sold it, so that's going back in my collection. Delta Force Black Hawk Down Team Saber. Complete. Summoner. Hitman 2. Time Splitters Future Perfect. Silent Scope. Right. Mace Griffin Bounty Hunter. And Dark Watch. Oh, I think this is missing manual. Oh no, the manual is there hiding behind the leaflet. Need for Speed Carbon. Prince of Persia Warrior Within. I was pleased to pick this one up. It's missing manual, but still was really pleased. So it's Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2. I think complete copy probably goes for about £20, so that's a nice find. I had this, but I sold it recently, funnily enough. Didn't pull off my eBay listing, and it went, but I got it back now. Catwoman. Then this is, I think, sealed. It's actually got the game security tag, so it's been resold from game once upon a time as pre-owned, and whoever bought it actually never opened it. The Sniper 2. And then we have, do we have a manual? Looks like we do. Yes, we do. Great. It's complete. So then we have Worms 4 Mayhem. And then I have a little pile here of PlayStation Platinum games. I actually kind of collect them separately from the main PlayStation games, so I keep them on my normal PlayStation games separately, or the Platinum version separately from the main lot. There's a few kind of mix-ups with discs, as in they don't have the original discs. So for example, this True Crime Streets of LA, so it's a Platinum edition, but the disc is from the normal game, so ultimately I will need to get the Platinum disc at some point and swap it out. And this one is the same. It's Need for Speed Underground. But again, the disc is actually from the original release, so it's not a platinum disc. And then I got Kingdom Hearts, got this already, so this is actually a really good copy, so I need to check my existing copy, which I think is not as in good condition as this. But anyway, I picked it up, so I can trade a spare copy now. Pirates of the Caribbean, The Legend of Jack Sparrow. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. The Simpsons Hit and Run. Resident Evil 4. These, by the way, I think all are complete with manuals. And Lego Star Wars The Video Game. So, fairly pleased with this haul from a local charity shop. 32 games, one PC game, 31 PlayStation 2 games. So yeah, very, very pleased to find them and stumble them across before somebody else cleared them out. Then I also picked up this Nintendo DS game. They had it for a while, but it was marked at £1.49 originally. And I didn't really want to pay £1.49 for it, but they had done a kind of like almost like well, it was actually half price deal. But it was marked down to 74 pence, so I decided to grab it at that price. And it's Dora the Explorer, Dora and Friends Pet Shelter, so for the Nintendo DS. So grab that one. I don't have that one in my collection. Then spend £5 of my in-store credit with CEX. Picked another VU title up, got Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes. I had Batman 3, so that's another Lego title. I believe I now have 6 Lego titles for the VU, and I believe there are 10 counting the Lego, is it Lego Dimensions it's called, which obviously is kind of a bit different, but kind of the normal games, there are 9 games plus that Lego Dimension. So I got 6 so far, so there's 3 or 4, depends which way you look at it, to go for a full Lego set for my VU collection. Then I picked up these two. Well, it's actually one game, but I was got also an empty case. Got Dirt 3 for Xbox 360. The price sticker was $1.25, but they ended up charging me £1 for whatever reason, so I wasn't really arguing with that, so I paid £1 for that. And also they had Hitman Contracts for original Xbox at £1, but it was an empty case, so I asked if I can have it for free because they were going to throw in a bin, and they were happy to give it away to me, so I got that for free as well, which is great. Then found this in a charity shop, which I'm fairly pleased with. Picked up Battlefield 3 Collector's Edition game guide, hardcover, so quite a thick, in really, really good condition. So oh, there's a receipt. Not abused, so kind of has a little normal kind of wear and tear here and there, but ultimately in very good condition, acceptable condition. It was £3, so when I seen that I decided to grab it as well. Then I picked up from local The Works store, Fallout 76 Survival Guide Collector's Edition, which is the hard cover as well. This is brand new, still sealed. It was marked down to £7. I've seen it before a while ago, a few months back, but then they didn't have any more, and I stumbled across this just recently and I decided to grab it. So yeah, it says £24. Yeah, actually, the RRP is £24.99, so it's down to £7. So yeah, not a kind of bargain of century per se, but for £7 I was fairly happy to grab it. Then picked up a few more Xbox One games locally. Lady was selling some games Most of them were overpriced for my liking, but I decided to get these two because the price was right. And I paid £5 per game, so £10 in total. So I got Far Cry Primal for Xbox One, and also Assassin's Creed, I think it's called the Ezio Collection. So that was a £5 as well, so I was pleased to pick up these two for £5 each. Then also, out of blue, I ended up with an Xbox One S. So ultimately, I didn't have an Xbox One at all up till this point, and I'm not sure whether I'm actually going to keep this or trade. Because I got it for a rather low price, so there's definitely some room for some profit on this. But it was a Gumtree trade, and a young lady was selling this as a quick sale. She wanted £90, but then without even me asking, she dropped the price to 80. So I was happy to snap it up for 80. And I got the Xbox One S in white. It has a little bit of a smoke odor, so she is a smoker, but she says she only had it for 4 months, so it hasn't been really stained or anything. It looks in really clean and nice condition, so that smoke odor probably will just disappear soon enough anyway. And obviously white controller. She had all the cables, HDMI, power cable, and not a complete box, but she also had the outer kind of cardboard box. She was missing all the inserts, so there's no inserts, so it's like an empty box. But anyway, so ultimately I got the outer box as well. The one thing that she didn't have was the original battery cover for the controller. She got one of the third-party, I think it's Venom, rechargeable battery pack, which I believe is working fine. It just needs to be charged. But I looked up on eBay. I think the original battery cover is something like £3, something like that, or even maybe less. I didn't really spend time looking for it, but that's what I want to get. I want to get the original controller battery cover to kind of make it fully, original. But anyway, for 80 quid, I think it was a great deal. I couldn't really pass it. And ultimately, I think I'm going to trade this because I still can get a few quid back on it if I trade. Now, and last but not least, I was happy to stumble across some original PlayStation game trade on Facebook Marketplace. A gentleman locally, a young gentleman, was selling some games. He had 3 different lots listed, and I cannot remember what was the kind of the original total. It was like 100. Let me think. One game he was selling was very expensive, and it was 100. I think £25 he had advertised it at. Then the second game was 20, so that's 145, and he had also a job lot of 6 cheap games, and he was asking £12. Anyway, I reached out, had a little bit of conversation with him, and we came down for all the games, so 6 kind of cheap games and the other 2 games on top. We agreed on £135. Now, really excited about the 2 more expensive games. But let's go through actually through the cheap stuff, and then we'll come back to the more expensive stuff. So actually, even the cheap stuff, all the discs are pretty much mint. Unfortunately, some cases are cracked, but it's sometimes to be expected. But I'm still happy to have them, because I don't think I think I might have one of these games in my collection, and the rest I didn't. So anyway, I got Virtual Kasparov, obviously a chess game. LMA Manager with 1999/2000 season stats. That's actually cases in really, oh no, it is cracked, actually it is. So I believe I had this already in my collection, a Gran Turismo, so the very original Gran Turismo, which is, I think, One disc, yeah, it's a one disc. Then quite pleased about this actually, for whatever reason. I'm not sure why, but I am. Command and Conqueror Retaliation. And that actually is, even case, is in really good condition. Then we got LMA Manager 2001, full mid-season stats included. And the Chessmaster 3D. I think this got, yeah, this got also the cases in nice shape, not cracked or anything. So here we go. Okay, and now let's do the mystery brown cardboard box and see what is inside in that one. Drum roll. First of all, I actually have played this game and completed back in the day, as they say. And really happy to get it back in my collection. And it is, I might get it wrong, but I think it's called Vagrant or Vagrant Story from Squaresoft. Pretty much mint condition. So really pleased with that. Okay. And then I have never ever played this, but this is the part 2 of the game, so I don't think I will be playing this until I get my mitts on part 1 and play that one, but it's a JRPG. And it's called Suikoden 2. I believe that's how it's pronounced, Suikoden. And that is, boys and girls, also pretty much mint condition. And yes, it was an expensive trade, but I know that this game here probably fetches in kind of minty condition, can fetch about 160, 170 pounds. So when I seen it and when we agreed on a deal, or when I realized the guy's happy to come down a bit on a price, I kind of felt that it would be hard for me to pass on this, so I decided to grab it. So that is my, so to speak, crown jewel in my PS1 game collection so far. So quite proud to get my hands on this one. And there you have it. I think that is all for now. Yeah, that's all, guys. So thank you very much for sticking with me for this video, and thank you for watching it. I hope you enjoyed my latest pickups and the content of today's video. And thank you very much once again, and let's wrap up, and I shoot off now, get this all sorted out, cleaned up, sort out, put everything in my collection, put aside what I need, putting aside for trading, and that's it. So I got a busy night in front of me, so I better get going, and I shall see you in the next one. Take it easy, take care, be good.